Welcome to the Point of Truth podcast, hosted by Jay.
Oh, tell me the truth, your truth. Tell me the truth. I wanna know the truth. So tell me the truth.
Hello, you beautiful souls. I hope that you are well tonight. This is the Pursuit of Truth podcast with Jay. I am Jay, your host, and we changed the name from Point to Pursuit because here we are always pursuing the truth when we are engaging in a mindfulness and being present and really striving for that and being in control of our thoughts, feelings, and emotions, and really digging deep to heal ourselves. We're always pursuing the truth. We're always open to any and all information and taking that information back to God, the Spirit of God, to help us discern from the nonsense and the chaos that goes wrong in this system. So I appreciate your patience thus far with my voice. I'm telling you, I'm trying to get over this thing that I ended up getting some sort of a cold. And I've just been struggling with my voice. So nonetheless, we're moving forward and we're going beyond. We're going above and beyond to really find out what the truth, share the truth with people. But also here to inspire. And that's what it's all about. So this podcast is about talking about mindfulness and how we can, the more we remain in the present, the more that we can begin to heal ourselves and really question our own stuff, right? Instead of trying to blame other people, we can really shift the energy. So I had an opportunity to sit down with Kokee Vega, who is a Southern California musician, singer, songwriter. This guy does music in every genre. It's bonkers to me. Really talented soul here, and on top of that, just really conscious about what's going on with humanity and understands what's going on from a higher level. Just a really evolved soul. So it's always a high vibrational conversation with Kokee on the podcast and off the podcast. I really appreciate his input. I appreciate his guidance. And, here's a shout out to you, Kokee. I wish you nothing but the best and all of this success that's now coming with the Incendio album, which was a collaboration with the ENLYTND music group produced by the Real Boog. They're getting a lot of traction. They released this album on May 3rd and getting a lot of traction in the Latin music community. So shout out to you guys. Shout out to the ENLYTND music group, Tessio, Illusion, Kokee, the Real Boog, Esli, I believe her name is, and MarcoArto. It truly has been a pleasure interviewing each and every one of you. I know we have Tessio, and I'm probably saying it wrong, Tessio, and Illusion, that I'm going to be interviewing via satellite. So that's going to be on video. That'll be our first video of the podcast. So exciting things to come. So we're not letting go of the ENLYTND music group yet, folks. We still got people we need to get interviewed. I want to get Esli on as well. But yeah, this podcast here, I got to sit down with Kokee and we really got to delve into his music, because he's been doing music for a minute and just a lot of talent here. And I know you guys are going to enjoy this interview. So I just want to talk on just mindfulness, right? What this podcast is all about. Mindfulness is the catalyst for your spiritual awakening to what's going on, really, right? And this is where you're given the eyes to see, to heal yourself and really dig in deep. And Kokee and I actually kind of talked a little bit about this. So without further ado, here is my friend, Kokee Vega. What a pleasure to interview, and I hope you guys enjoy.
Hello, this is the Point of Truth podcast, and this is Jay, your host. And I have Kokee Vega, LA-based musician in the house. How you doing, Kokee?
How you doing, Jay? Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you. How have you been?
Been good. Just, going through the motions.
Yeah.
Raising a family, making music, doing my thing,
Yeah.
Trying to stay in the flow.
Absolutely. The last time I saw you was at Khalil's, the shooting of his film.
Yeah.
In West Covina at the Temple Bar.
Point of the pen.
Yeah. That was it was cool to see you guys kind of in your element and doing what you do. So I'm glad that you're on. Thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate it. Let's talk about you.
Okay. All right.
So we know you've got this album coming out with the Real Boog, but I know you have other things that you're working on. Mm-hmm. So let's go into that and let's talk about what else you're working on.
Okay. Yeah. When I met up with the Boog, the Real Boog, I was already working on a Latin project, so it was like perfect timing, right? Mm-hmm. I was working on a Latin project with Alex Kozlov, which is a Russian guitar player that came to LA to get his master's in music. I was also my drummer, Fernanda Fuentes. She's a drummer based out of LA from Chile, and she also came from to get her master's out here in Los Angeles. So the very, very talented people, and Sam also on bass. We're working on a Latin project, and with them I've actually done a few projects. That's actually a band.
Yeah.
I have a band, and that's who they are. The last project I did was called Kokee Vega self-titled project, and actually I take that back. The last project I did was Acoustic Sessions.
I was just going to ask you about that because I love acoustic, and I actually listened to a song that's on that album. Mm-hmm. Ancestors, and I'm like, I just love. There's something about acoustic for me. I just loved it.
Yeah,
amazing.
That album really is very special to me too, because it was is that me making that noise on my phone?
He's got somebody.
Here, let me silence that.
Dinging it.
So that album was really special to me because I actually played all those songs on guitar before I brought it to my band.
Oh, wow.
So I wrote all the rhythm sections, I made the songs, and then I brought it to my drummer, Fur, and she, worked her magic on it. Then I brought it to my lead guitarist because he's like 20 times better guitar player than me. But that project I wanted to kind of take on myself and kind of plant the seeds and then bring it to them, because usually my process is a little different. It's like me and my guitar player, we get together, we play music together, and then we create something, and then we bring it to the rest of the band. But for that project, it was something
that you did on your own.
Mm-hmm,
wow.
Mm-hmm.
So cool. And then you just brought it to them, and then they vibed off of it, and then it just morphed into this amazing album. It really truly is an amazing album. And one song in particular was Ancestors. Mm-hmm. And so you were part of the lyric, and correct me if I'm wrong, but thankful for my life, calling upon my ancestors. Oh yeah, living is so priceless. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh my God, man, this is like hits your soul.
Yeah. That song is a real spiritual song to me too, because it's just like I was going through a lot of different things at that time, and I felt like I needed my ancestors' help. I lost some people, and there was a lot of things happening during that time, and so that song just felt like I was kind of calling the angels, to kind of watch over me and whatnot.
Right.
So like you know, that whole album actually it was during a real difficult time in my life, and it really helped me get through that time.
Yeah.
You know.
So go a little deep into that.
Into that album.
Yeah. So no, about what were you experiencing at that time?
Well,
Like,
I
what
mean,
was happening?
I'm trying to think like you know, I'm trying to think of the songs, right? But like, actually, I want to talk about one song on that project. It's called "Closure."
Okay.
That song, a lot of people think I'm like maybe I was depressed or something,
Right.
But the reality of it is, I wrote that song for my friend that had a brain tumor.
Oh.
Yeah, and he, you know, he lost, you know, his whole life. He lost his woman. He lost his job. He like everybody thought he was depressed, and you know, the doctors were giving him medication for depression, right? And it turned out that he had a brain tumor, like the size of a softball in his head, and he actually went blind. This is one of my really close friends, and he's actually on the solo on that song. It's called "Closure," and I just want to give a shout out to my buddy Bull. He's like, I call him superhero Bull, because
Nice.
like he's an inspiration. You know, his attitude and his energy, even after all this and losing everything, you know, he's a amazing triumph story.
That is so cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's so cool.
And
Okay, we're gonna cue it up. Cue it up. Little darling, cue it up. Come on, baby.
I no longer feel the same. So many things have changed. People walking in a world I used to hold so close to me. Now everything seems strange. And these thoughts, they walk with me right before I go to sleep, catching glimpses of what my life used to be. Something growing in my brain, and I can see just disbelief. Frozen eternity. Tell my children that I love them. Please do not give up on me. Where's my friends and family? And these thoughts, they walk with me right before I go to sleep, catching glimpses of what my life used to be. And as I lay here frozen still, what will these shadows reveal? Years of who I was have disappeared. He's an amazing triumph story.
That is so cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's so cool.
And then let me see what other songs on that project. Like, there's another song called, what is that song called? The Beauty in the Beast, right?
Yeah.
And that project, that song was kind of like you know, kind of like the war we all have, the spiritual war we all have between good and evil inside us, you know, and how the devil likes to dance around in your brain and kind of think that, you know, he's on top for some reason. But it's just it was a spiritual war kind of a song for me. So that whole album has these different kind of depths to it, you know. But prior to that, I did an album called 30,000 Days, which is about the average length of a human life, if you're lucky, right?
Yeah.
And that album also has really beautiful things. It's a different time of my life and whatnot, you know. So like I did two versions of that album. One was like a full band, and the other one was more like digital instruments and whatnot.
Yeah.
That me and my guitar player, Alex Kozlov, the Cause of Love,
The Cause of Love.
Yeah, we did together. So really proud of that. And, I mean, there's more projects, more albums to talk about, which I could go into it as well, if you'd like.
Yeah, absolutely. And so there was another song, Triple R.
Triple R.
Triple R.
Yeah, so that song, it's you know how I like to do multiple genres and whatnot, right?
Yeah.
And so that song, I did 3 genres in one song, right? So it was like
so like just brilliant.
So reggae, rap, and rock and roll is what I call that song, which rock and roll kind of has 2 R's, so it would have been 4 R's, but I didn't change it after I kind of figured that out. So
yeah.
But so at the beginning it's kind of like a rock vibe, and then the second part's more like a rap verse, and then I go into a reggae vibe, which is kind of and I really love the solo guitars on that. I mean, Alex.
Yeah.
He killed that. It's kind of like a Pink Floyd solo kind of thing. I was like really, really impressed with that. So shout out to him.
And again, like these lyrics, like I've been distant contemplating my own existence. What? I mean, how often do we do that, right? Through this
always
this thing we call evolving our soul, right? We're contemplating everything, like questioning our beliefs and all of that. So I thought that was really cool. And then No Remedy.
No Remedy.
Which was, I love the vibe of that too.
No good, no evil, no understanding, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that song also too, it's kind of like a call to like how everybody's a little bit self-righteous, you know what I mean? Like everybody thinks that their idea of what good is what's supposed to be the idea, but the reality is like, after we kneel, like I didn't come here to kill, I don't know if you heard the whole song, but like, it's kind of that, right? It's like, we get up and we go to war, and we get up and we do these things in the name of good.
Right.
But the reality is that there is this duality that people have created is not real.
No.
It's like, there's a true connection, and a lot of times it's not on either of the sides that you create.
Absolutely. I'm trying to articulate this, because it's like in the lyrics of that No Remedy, it talks about what are the rights that we're commanding, right?
Yeah.
Like this whole self-righteousness, like I know it all, right? And we're seeing a lot of that now, like just with this, indoctrination, and we know that religion has been infiltrated. I mean, every aspect of what's going on in this system that we live in has been infiltrated. And so when we're talking about this religion, and you have, people that are going around and saying, oh, you're going to go to hell because you're doing this. And it's like, well, wait a minute. You're engaging in this thing called judgment, judging others. And it's like, it's self-righteous, right? It's not loving. It's kind of, you're kind of aligning with the enemy there, and it ain't cool.
And at the end of the day, right, it's about like, you better really judge yourself and what you've done in your life, and really dig deep. Because when you start doing that, then you stop pointing fingers real quick.
Real quick.
If you shine the light on your own shit, you know what I mean? You'll realize real quick that you're not this shining armor that you think you are. You know what I mean? Absolutely.
And we're in this, and we're trying to break free from these different programmings and these indoctrinations, and where really what we ought to do is to challenge each other to really question these beliefs, right? Just question it and really kind of gain the discernment from our relationship with the divine, right? Which takes time, right? It's not just going to church on Sunday and praising the Lord. That's an amazing thing to do. It's a daily thing. It's a daily discipline where it's like, I'm going to be grateful for this journey.
Yeah.
And that's where it starts, this idea of mindfulness, and that takes you to the truth. It takes you to the truth about yourself.
Yep.
It takes you to the truth about what's going on in the system, and it makes you question, like, okay, well, well, where's the solution? We know what the problem is, but we want solutions, right? So yeah, it's something, I tell you.
Yeah,
it really is.
I don't want to sound too like let me see, but it's really about loving your neighbor, right? And trying to figure out how we could all be cool, how we could all help each other out, how we could, that's a really thing I love about music. It's a connection that I end up having with the people that I make music with, right? It's like the process and the energy that exchanges and the vibe that exists. That's why I think we're all involved in trying to make good music too. You know what I mean? Something that that's gonna have that same effect when we're not in the room anymore.
Right.
You know, I've there's a lot of songs that I've written, but I've definitely tried to change my music for the good or change myself for the better. You know what I mean? I mean, we've all been young and we've all done different things, but at this point in my life, I wanna put that right energy out. And then even with this new album, Incendio, right? Which is about the fire that we give out, and it's uncontrolled, right? If it's real. And so, it's an uplifting kind of project that makes people dance and makes people enjoy themselves. And I've always wanted to do that since I was a little boy.
Yeah.
I was born in South America, and that.
Where in South America?
In Peru.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I came here I was 8 months old.
Wow.
Yeah. So
that's pretty cool.
I've always loved that kind of music. It's always been, I remember my family dancing in these big parties, everybody, and I could hear some of the music is very sad and very, very deep, right? But at the same time, the spirit of the people were up.
Right.
You know what I mean? They were dancing, they were hanging out together. It was like this energy that you could not drown. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's struggle, and it's it's migrants, it's everything. You know what I mean? And I felt it when I was a little boy. I started doing music. I was very young, and I was part of this group called Larceny.
Okay.
Right, which is a rap crew. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, we were. I mean, I don't know. We were so ahead of our time at that time. You know what I mean? We were just killing it. You know?
Yeah.
But we were also, our message wasn't the greatest. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But neither was our development. You know what I mean?
That's where you kind of you learn, right? You learn. We're born into the system, and it's all about remembering who we are. Yeah. Right. And once we remember who we are, we get into the flow. It's like, man, okay, this is good.
But it was definitely passion, and it was definitely real. You know what I mean? Yeah. We had that feeling. You know what I mean? We grew up on Pac. We grew up on these other artists that had that fed us that energy.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And so we were really inspired. And we did a lot of shows. We opened up for everybody, man. I could you name it.
Wow.
And we did shows up and down L.A. and. Then I did this. I was part of this group called the Cartel, right? Which is pretty ballsy name to be calling ourselves. But it was we were like the Latin Wu-Tang during that time, right? We were 15 deep, all dressed in fatigues, just doing shows, up and down the strip, and just enjoying ourselves. Shout out to Kolombia because he was part of that crew, and he actually, me and him. Everybody wasn't writing enough in the Cartel, so me and him started writing together more, which we ended up doing that Latin Escuchame album back then, which was an amazing project as well. It was my first Latin Spanish project,
Nice.
And we had some success with it.
Yeah.
We had like I told you, we spoke about before. We had it on RPM Miami. We had it on the Freelancer, the movie with 50 Cent and Robert De Niro. Mm-hmm. We had Ulises Torrero, which is a video director. Mm-hmm. Him and Jesse are very, very well-known music video directors and just directors. So we got we did some work with them, and we met some really amazing Latinos, people that were really trying to bring up the culture and people that trying to make something positive happen,
Right.
So I mean, it was a great time. It was a great time during that time making music. And like I said, every time I make music, something gets created. I meet new people, and it's just like, it's timeless. For me, it's like writing books with different people in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they will remember that time more than anybody else. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
And I mean, I think that the people that listen to it and hear it will resonate with it. You know what I mean? And feel that as well. Because I mean, it's just high level energy and higher, level music. I think. You know,
you put that energy out there, it flows, and flows out, it flows in. It's amazing.
There's a lot that goes to making music.
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
absolutely.
Like, people don't have this. They think that it's just, you get a couple mics and you do this and that. But like,
no.
I've spent $20,000 on a record before. Like the
self-titled,
the self-titled album, the Kokee Vega self-titled with all live musicians. I mean, I spent tons of money just getting all the musicians together, having a studio time,
right?
Mixing it. I think we remixed that album like 3 times because of frequencies. We just mastering everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just it's hard work, but to me, the money never meant anything to me. You know what I mean? It's like if I don't do that, if I don't put that towards what I want to do, then I'm miserable. You know what I mean? Like being alive is really trying to do what you want to do, or at least walking in that direction.
Right.
You know? So I've always had this connection with music, and everybody I've worked with knows that. You know what I mean? Like they understand that I love music. You know?
Yeah.
It's definitely been a path to finding myself and helping.
Healing and all of that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about. Let's see. I want to play a song.
Mm-hmm.
What song do you want to play for the listeners?
Give
them a little flavor.
I would like to play some of the new stuff that me and the Real Boog been working on. Let's see. You know what? The song "Every Time," which is with MarcoArto. I'm not even on that track actually, but I really like it, and I want to give that love to that project.
Yeah.
So we could play that, or we could play Bailando, which is kind of like a reggaeton kind of vibe that I wrote by myself. I mean, not by myself. I take that back. Me and the Real Boog wrote it, but I'm a solo artist on it.
Yeah.
So you know what? Let's play that one.
Let's play that one. All right. Let's cue it up. All right.
Qué linda la vida, qué linda. Así lo vamos a hacer hasta que se acabe el tiempo, hasta que se acabe. Tú sabes dónde venimos, de dónde. California. Oh, dime linda, dime si tú me quieres así, dime si tú me quieres a mí, pa' poderte amar. Oh, dime linda, dime si tú me quieres a mí, como me gusta verte feliz, vámonos a bailar. Oh, oh, chiva, oh, qué linda es la vida. Oh, aquí estamos juntos, así hacemos, hasta el fin. Yo voy a seguir cantando y tú sigues bailando. Como me gusta tu cambio, muchacha linda, tú ven pa' acá, pues tú ven pa' acá. Yo voy a seguir bailando y seguimos bailando. Como te estoy amando, mujer tan linda, tú ven pa' acá, pues tú ven pa' acá. El apego rápido, despacio como tráfico. Palabras aparecen que me están llamando es mágico. El hombre bien simpático, miedo problemático, peruano y colombiano, pero no son tanto tráfico. La llave de la calle, a ti te gusta el swagger, tú los puedes encontrar los polos, Los Ángeles bares. Yo no soy reggaetonero, yo sí soy el rapero que viene con tanto fuego que tú llamas los bomberos. Mi gente latina, estoy diciendo que te quiero y estoy representando porque yo no tengo miedo. Mi gente latina, estoy diciendo que te quiero y estoy representando porque yo no tengo miedo. Cantando y tú sigues bailando. Como me gusta tu cambio, muchacha linda, tú ven pa' acá, pues tú ven pa' acá. Yo voy a seguir bailando y seguimos bailando. Como te estoy amando, mujer tan linda, tú ven pa' acá, pues tú ven pa' acá.
Wow, huh?
So there's a little taste of that. So everybody's got to go and listen to all these songs because, wow, you guys are onto something. That's for sure. And
Thank you. I saw you dancing right there.
Yep, absolutely. Khalil's over here, popping and locking it.
Yep.
He's like, yeah,
He's got the moves.
I'm feeling it. Yeah.
He's got the moves.
I'm feeling it. Yeah.
That's what's up.
So, all right. So, before we started, you were over here doing a little, freestyling. Let's see a little freestyling. Do a little freestyling.
So, let me see. What can I do for you guys that I have off my mind?
Drop a beat.
Let me see. Here we go. Tú crees por un segundo que eres el más profundo y todo el mundo debe pensar como tú. Junta el pensamiento, la sangre del nacimiento, la hambre, cómo me siento. El tiempo no es muy lento, te mata, te saca el viento. Los incas son el ejemplo y tú no estás aprendiendo. Llegaron, mataron, hablaron con hablas y palabras de religión. Los rayos del sol son mis dioses, dame la solución. Exclúyeme del dinero, bastízame la visión. Para hacer una diferencia en esta generación. De veras. Oh, man, I don't know. Let's see. We got some more shit.
So, okay.
De veras
Translate.
se desesperan los hijos. I don't know. Listen.
I'm like, translate.
You want to do it? Let's see. Today I say bye to the game. Now who am I to complain? You saw my life through the eyes of a rider, never hiding the pain. You and I, we kind of the same. I never rhyme for the fame. I guess if he's dying in vain, life was insane, now I just glide with the rain. One love to my thugs and strug. Put your cups up, shots from above. And that's just life what it was. Old buzz, man, we just rolled with a buzz. If they was messing with us, then we was roughing them up. It may not mean nothing to you now. Back then, it meant something to us.
Wow.
That's some hip hop stuff, And then I got a lot of singing stuff too. I got a lot of all kinds of stuff. You know what I mean?
You're truly a versatile musician. Like you're in you can do like so much. You go into so many areas, genres, which is just it's like what? How do you do that? You know what I mean? But you do. It's amazing. It's amazing talent. You are an amazing talent. And so, what's up next? What are you doing? What are you working on as far as, what do you see in the next year?
Well, I'm just I'm watching my children grow.
Yeah.
My
let's talk about your children.
Okay, I got a little boy. He's 7.
And that's Logan, right?
Logan Vega, yeah. Mm-hmm. And I got a little girl, Amaya Vega. My wife, Rachel.
Nice.
Right? So we're doing our thing, We're just trying to grow stronger as a family every day.
Yeah.
We're trying to do some real estate stuff and trying to do some entrepreneur stuff,
Nice.
My wife, she's a lawyer, right?
Nice.
And she's in a private firm. We're going to continue making music because it just doesn't stop,
Yeah. And it don't stop.
Yeah, And I'm really going to just kind of dive into this new music that me and Boog are working on because it's like, real Latin singing, kind of music, you know? And so we're just going to, we're going to keep going and do some shows around this project. We have a listening party coming up next Friday, actually.
Nice.
And that's going to be cool. We're going to have some industry people get them together and
hang out,
see what we could do for the project.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So cool.
Whatever the path has in store, you know what I mean? I just got to keep an open mind and an open heart and try to, be friendly and unite everybody to see, shout out to everybody I've ever made music with, man,
Yeah.
All the way back to the Solid Roots album with Ghost Digital, and Poetic, we love you guys, you know what I'm saying?
Shout out.
And we just going to continue building. And we all got to come together and we all got to do what, what God has in store for us,
Yeah, and I think to echo that is that we have to be the change that we want to see.
Yeah.
Right? We're the ones that can put this energy out and say, you know, we're not gonna give that any energy. We're gonna you know, be leaders, right? And get out here and just be the change that we want to see in the world, and put that love out there, and encourage everyone to just be, you know, with an open heart and being in the present. And, you know, we all have gifts.
Yeah.
And it's you know, about aligning with the Spirit of God to identify what those gifts are. Some of us know, we've known, and, you know, some people, because of the system, you know, they don't know. So just encouraging people to really just be brave enough to just do the work. So I know when we were filming for the film, going to give Khalil a little shout out, point of the pen.
Def K.
Yeah, Def K up in the house. We were talking. You were talking about the One Love Foundation, which I think is just so cool. I'm a veteran. You're a veteran. Thank you so much for your service. You were in the United States Navy.
Correct.
And so,
shouts out to my Navy friends.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. Shout out.
Lifelong friends.
I'm telling you, right? I was just in San Antonio, and I saw a friend of mine that I haven't seen in a couple years. And shout out to my friend Juan Garza, my Air Force buddy. We used to fly together in Germany. Yeah. And so that was cool. And you're right, lifelong friends. Yeah, you know, your military friends are your lifelong friends. So shout out to all of my homies across this land, and you know, just. They're good people. They really are. Let's go. Yeah.
And so shout out to Khalil too. You know, I made music with him as well.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. You guys.
We made some hip hop stuff.
Right,
you know?
for the film. What was the song? Remind me what the song was that you guys did at the filming.
We did this song called Hip Hop together. Right. Actually, we did this song called Help Me together. He produced a song called Hip Hop for me, and you know, I mean. You know, I come from that hip hop culture, man. Yeah. I love it. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, and you know, Def K, Khalil, he has that whole realm down. So, I love to work with him.
I'm just
hopefully one day I could do a hip hop album with him. You know what I mean?
Oh,
since we're moving through genres, you know, I want to come back, double back. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Circle it back to where it all started. I know you shared that when you were performing, that was something that you loved, was hip hop, like as a kid. So, you know, speaking of Khalil, like, let's give a shout out, man. Like, he is, I tell ya, he's he off the top. Just, I'm in awe sometimes. Some of the stuff that he comes up with, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
And all the different things he's doing with the films and the music and the different people he's putting together, it's really really amazing.
And that song, you guys wrote that song in what, 2014?
Something like that.
And just the level of consciousness that you guys had that long ago, right? Like, you were talking about things that are like happening.
All right, we're gonna cue it up.
Poor America, lights off and life's hard. People resentful and some of them just don't like God. I'm shooting like stars. You see, I write bars and bring the struggle of the world to your iPod. So as you're rolling and you're listening your nice car, I'll slow you down and let you enter into my thoughts. I hope I'm not too fast for you. In Africa, there's massacres. You want some shoes, they laugh at you. You heard the news in New Orleans. They're looters and they scamming. There's police in Cali brutal. Won't think twice to execute a young man over a feud, and their excuses. What would you do? Could it taste their life is beautiful? It means nothing to you, but it's another mother's funeral. He hid it in the bins. She's cheating once again. She gave her husband 8 and then acted innocent. It's just another ditch. There's war in politics. Who do they represent? Nobody's making sense. I make it more intense, man. This fucking world is crazy. There's babies that want us to die. They're hiding in the caves. 80% of Africa, they all dying from AIDS. America, America, we all just rock grenades. You wonder why our leaders ain't got that much to say. Cause half of them are locked away. The rest ain't got the way. The rest ain't got the way. Life is
It's amazing but hazy when it's the craziest. I'm babysitting aliens in a spaceship full of atheists. But I'll keep making this music till the day I leave Earth, make them believe my words, take them on a journey where poor kids and more kids get aborted in the same place a person with a Porsche lives and it's horse shit. When you're poor and you can't afford shit, your soul splits when you see them little orphans. These politicians won't allow us to change. The money, power, greed, war keeps it out of our range. Now they've clouded our brains, the rain's drowning in pain. What an insane game, help us break out of these chains.
We ain't promised tomorrow, no, we ain't promised today. In order to move forward, we must rebel against what they say. We fighting for our freedom, a freedom where we stand. I'm asking you to help me break away these chains.
Ooh. All right now.
Yo.
All right. So, let's just, we're going to wrap it up, but I want to talk about this One Love Foundation. So go ahead and give your family member started this foundation.
Yes.
And so just real quick, if once Kokee talks about One Love Foundation, just understand that this is at onelovefdn.org.
Nice. Yeah, so it's a foundation that my family member, she had a son that, or she has a son that was schizophrenic, right? And you know, it really destroyed his life. You know, he ended up on the streets. They weren't able to find him, right? And you know, and you know how ugly something like that can go, right? So
yeah.
You know, that's what motivated her to start the foundation, and right now she's actually getting a lot of funding and doing a lot of great things. I think they just got a warehouse in LA. They're going to be doing some large events.
Nice.
And they're going to be helping people that are going through mental health issues, right? They're going to give them somewhere to stay, help them get on their medication, you know, help them get work, help them get jobs, and you know, just try to do something good for the people.
That's
those
amazing.
people in need. Because you know, especially in Los Angeles, you know, you see the homeless situation is getting out of control. You know, so like a lot of that has to do with mental health issues. You know, and you know, also substance issues, and you know, a combination of both. You know, self-medication and whatnot. So, shouts out to Cher. You know. The One Love Foundation.
Amazing, amazing. So, is there anything else that you would like to share with the listeners before we wrap this up today?
I think we got it. You know, I just want to say, you know, keep an ear out for Incendio.
Yeah.
Right.
May 3rd.
May 3rd, we're coming back into this Latin industry stronger than ever. You know, and the music is something that you're going to want to check out. And, you know, just much love to everyone listening.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Kokee.
Thank you.
Always a pleasure. You're an amazing soul. You know, just keep sowing love. That's all you can do.
You as well. Thank
you so much. Thank you for joining us on the Point of Truth podcast. And that's a wrap.
That's a wrap.
All right.
Just thankful for my life. I wonder if these signs are warning things are going right. As I call upon my ancestors to guide me through the night, shaman dreams and sacred melodies to guide me into I. Oh. Vuelo, baila conmigo ahorita porque de verdad te necesito llegar. Te necesito, tío, primo, sangre de mi madre, ayúdame a respirar. Estoy cantándole a los ángeles que me puedan cuidar, porque necesito dirección de mucho más allá.